Hey guys, happy Saturday. Carolyn here with Premier Movement, and I am coming live to do and run through our workout for today. Um, I'm a little bit behind schedule here, thinking I was going to go live with you guys earlier, but sometimes things just don't go according to plan, and I want to remind you guys that right now that's okay. We just have to give ourselves some grace, be patient, not only with ourselves, but especially be patient, with our spouses and our kids. And, there's a lot of uncertainty right now, but I think we can all just use this as a reminder that we just have to slow down a little bit. Take a deep breath and remember that we're really all in this together. So make sure you're making a little bit of time for yourself. Even if that's just, a quiet 30 minutes, 10 minutes reading a book. But obviously, I'm going to encourage you guys to take some time to get moving and get, those endorphins pumping and just get a little sweat going. So today's workout, we're going to run through the moves here. We're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to do 4 rounds of each of our supersets, each of our pairs of the weightlifting. So we'll do 4 rounds, and it's 8 reps today. And then we'll finish out with our cardio spike at the end. The Metcon today is going to be 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And then I did have a suggestion. Somebody found a really great timer that you guys can use. And it's an app called Tabata Timer, and you can just download it from the App Store. And you can actually change up these intervals and put in the times that we're using for our Metcon and the cardio portion here. So let's run through our weightlifting moves for today, and then give us a shout out if you guys are actually doing the workout and getting a workout in. We want to see how you guys are staying active throughout this. So today our first move is a row with a tricep kickback. So for this one, you can use just a sturdy surface. I'm going to use a chair today and pick a weight. The Tito's can come in handy. So you're going to start with the opposite hand is going to be on the bench, and we just want to make sure that we're using the core and we have a nice flat back here. Okay, feet are just going to be side by side. We're going to engage those shoulders, and then exhaling through that core, keep that neck nice and long. We're going to row the elbow to the torso, and then we're going to finish with that tricep kickback through, engaging the triceps here. Back to the row and down. So exhaling, kick it back, and back down. Okay, so we're going to do 8 with the right hand rowing with that tricep kickback, and then switch, left hand, same thing, okay? Keep that nice pressure in the belly with the rib cage down so we have a nice neutral spine for that. Okay, next move is a squat with an iso hold. So a couple options if you guys wanted to do just body weight on this one, you can. But another way we can add a little bit of extra work to it is you can use a band too. So that band's just going to go around the knees if you have a band. So start, make sure we're pulling those hips underneath, keeping the rib cage down, nice and long in the neck with the chin tucked, core is braced. As we sink into the squat, the knees track the outside 2 toes, and we're holding it. 1, 2, 3. Get a nice big squeeze at the top, squeeze those glutes right back into it. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Make sure those knees aren't diving in at any point during the squat, through the top or the bottom, and finish with that nice big squeeze on the glutes. So we're going to do 4 rounds of that pair, 8 rows on each arm, and then 8 squats, and then we'll repeat that 4 times. Second set today is going to be our bear crawl. So the bear crawl, I'm going to turn you guys down a little bit here. The bear crawl, we're going to start. You're going to stack those hands directly below your shoulders. The knees are below the hips, and we're going to tuck those toes under. Make sure we keep a nice flat back. Brace the core, exhaling. We're going to press up, long in the neck, chin tucked, okay? Adding in the crawl, we're just stepping opposite. So the right arm steps with the left leg, and we're going to come opposite left arm with the right leg. Okay, so you can do 8 forward on each hand, and then 8 backwards on each hand. Just make sure you're keeping that pressure in the belly here, okay? If you don't have a lot of space to work with, another option on this one is just doing 1 step from each hand and each foot. 1, 2, back, 2. Okay, do 8 of those total. And then this one's going to be paired with our lateral step up. So if you have like a couch, a bench, you can even use like a step stool. I'm going to use, we just have a ledge here by the fireplace. I'm going to use that today. So grab something that you can substitute as a weight, and you can either hold that weight at the chest in the goblet position here, or we can kind of do a modified rack position here. So I'm going to slide this out of the way and bring you guys back up. Just make sure, whatever you're stepping on, make sure you have a nice, sturdy, and safe surface to work with, okay? So you're going to start in that lateral step up. We're going to plant that foot. Make sure the knees tracking the outside 2 toes. Keep those hips underneath. Rib cage down here, nice and long in the neck. Use the exhale as you drive up, squeezing the glute at the top, and back down. Okay, we can make this a little bit harder. Progress it if you want to add that knee drive through the top, squeezing the glutes, okay? So we'll do both sides for that one. So it's going to be 8 stepping up with the left leg, flip, switch the weight, 8 stepping up with the right leg. So 8 on each side for that one. And then our last set today is the RT4 with a hip extension. I'm going to bring you guys down to the floor with me. So this one, if you've never done this one before, it might be a little bit tricky to kind of get the concept here, but think of this one, this is going to be our hinge, so it's coming from the hips here as we fold from the hip, okay? And then we're going to extend through, pressing the hips through, squeezing the glutes, okay? So what that's going to look like, we're going to start kind of in a modified side plank position. Stack your elbow directly below your shoulder, and then we're going to bring our bottom knee to 45 degrees. So think of this as the bent part of the hip as we fold in half, hinging here. See if I can give you a better angle here. So just make sure we keep that core braced and the rib cage is down, and then our neck is going to stay in line with the spine with the chin tucked. We're going to press, thrusting those hips through, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then we're going to fold right back down, tapping that bottom side glute at the bottom. Exhale and squeeze, okay? Some good core activation, and then also engaging those shoulder blades. Make sure that shoulder blade isn't up in the ear here, okay? We got to keep that shoulder back and down. Again, long neck, pressing through and squeezing. Okay, another progression option on this one too is use that band again. Band goes just above the knees. But again, this one's going to be 8 on the right, and then switch 8 on the left. Last move today is our vertical jump. So we're going to add in a little bit of extra leg work here, but we're going to start in that nice squat position. So knees track the outside toes, keep the hips underneath and rib cage down, sinking into that squat, load it, long neck, chin tucked, exhaling, drive up, explode through. Explode, okay? Reset in between. We don't have to land in squat, reset. Regression option if that's just too much impact with the jump, take that jump out. We're going to finish into a calf raise instead, okay? Back into that squat, calf raise, okay? So we've got 8 of those, and then back to our RT4 with the hip extension, 8 on each side, both sides for that one, okay? So that's our weightlifting for today. We'll finish out with our little cardio spike. The Metcon today, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're going to do that 4 times today, so we'll run through each move 4 times. First move is our plank tap. So it's going to be a plank, high plank position with a shoulder tap. So when we set up here, we're going to stack our hands directly below our shoulders, and then just make sure we're keeping the hips tucked, rib cage down, long neck. You're going to press that belly out, exhaling, and we're going to just keep those hips nice and even. Tap, other side. Really have it come from. If it's too challenging here, another good option is you can elevate the hands. Again, if you have a couch or something, you can use the couch or just a ledge here, and then we're just tapping, pressing that belly out, okay? So 4 rounds, 40 seconds working, rest for 20 in between. Then we have the lateral jumps. So for this one, we're going to be taking a nice big hop. Kind of hard to get a sweet spot without a cameraman here. All right, so you're going to start with those feet side by side, keeping those hips tucked and rib cage down. Really brace the core. We're going to take a nice wide hop out to the right, stick that landing, and you can toe tap for balance if you need to, okay? But we're pressing explosive press off that outside leg here. Another really good one that if you have a band, just toss that band above the knees and we'll get a little extra burn through the abductors here, okay? And last 2 today, quick feet. So just good old-fashioned fast feet. We're going to start Feet are just side by side, and then we're just gonna rep it out nice and fast here, okay? Maybe you're working out with a partner and you want to challenge each other. You guys can do like a lateral shuffle, but all the other options just stay in place with those quick feet. Last move today is going to be the hands elevated mountain climbers. So again, we're going to start in that nice high plank position here. Hands are elevated. Make sure we're keeping that nice flat back, long neck. And then we're just doing a knee drive, high knee drive here. So we're switching, make sure that foot comes all the way back and that we're not rounding or arching through the shoulders, okay? Breathe it through the belly, really work the core. Another option is to use something taller. You can use a couch, coffee table, whatever you have to work with. So that's our workout for today, guys. We hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, staying healthy, but stay active, stay moving, and let us know how we can help you in staying active throughout this. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your Saturday.